Welcome back to the Roundball Mining Company Denver Nuggets film room. Today we're going to be taking a look at how the Boston Celtics defend screens compared to how the Denver Nuggets don't really defend screens, and they pretty much suck at it. Anyway, we're going to be taking a look at some clips from how the Celtics do it and what they do that succeeds, and then compare that to how the Nuggets do it, which clearly does not succeed. With our first clip, we're going to notice how on the screening roll, Kendrick Perkins is going to step out and stop Melo on the penetration. Meanwhile, Brian Scalabrine is going to come over from the weak side to stop the roll man, and then they're all going to recover and rotate back to their original men. Allen's a little late getting out on Dante Jones, which allows him to get to the basket and get in the foul, but the pick and roll is completely negated by that system that Boston utilizes. In this clip, we're going to ratchet up the level of difficulty as the Nuggets are going to have ball screens on opposite sides of the floor. First off, you're going to see, once again, Perkins comes in, stops the penetration, Scalabrine helps on the roll. Then they go back to the other side, and it's Scalabrine who stops the penetration, and Perkins is ready to help on the roll. They end up giving up a jumper, and neither screen is really effective. The other option teams can do on ball screens instead of the pick and roll is to run the pick and pop. And on this play, the Nuggets are going to run that a couple times. Kleza twice is going to set screens and then roll out or pop out to the three-point line. On the second one, you're going to see Glenn Davis is ready to help if he gets the pass and still gets it back in the lane to be inside Chris Anderson. Unfortunately, he wasn't quick enough to stop the penetration, but you get a good idea of how effective the Celtics can be on both the pick and roll and the pick and pop. We'll show one more example of the Celtics stopping the pick and roll. And in this play, I want you to just notice the organization and the focus that they have. Davis keeps Melo from getting in the lane. Rondo temporarily switches onto Melo, and then when he cuts, they're able to settle back and switch back to their original men. Another screen, and Perkins is there to help out and causes Billups to lose the ball. For those of you who are old enough to be Mighty Python fans, and now for something completely different. We're going to take a look at the Nuggets, how they defend screens, and here you're going to see Ray Allen come off a double screen, both Petro and Martin standing in the lane, letting him, one of the best shooters of all time, take a wide open three-pointer. I threw this clip in more to show the importance of positioning than necessarily how the Nuggets defend the screen and roll. In this play, you're going to see Kenyon Martin on the weak side. When the Celtics run the screen and roll, Kenyon kind of steps in the lane, but he's not needed. He can stay there on the weak side of the lane, and as a result of him going into the middle of the lane, he can't get out and challenge Scalabrine on the three-pointer, another wide-open three-pointer for the Celtics. And now let us commence with the switching of screens, something the Denver Nuggets seem to do just a little bit too much of. On this play, J.R. Smith is going to get screened by Leon Poe, and instead of fighting through it, he's just going to get back down in the post. Kenyon Martin is going to leave from the weak side in case the ball goes in, and as a result leaves Glenn Davis wide open for another open jumper. The switch leads to a mismatch, which leads to an open jumper, something Nuggets fans have seen a lot of this season. These next two clips go hand in hand, and they center around the switching of screens again. Previously, you saw J.R. Smith, where he switched on Leon Poe in the post, and as a result, Kenyon Martin had to help, and they gave up an open J. On this, the other option for a smaller player in the post is to foul. You're going to see Melo foul Poe here, and it's only his first foul, but it is an unnecessary foul had the Nuggets played straight up pick and roll defense like the Celtics did. And going on to this next clip, you're going to notice how Carmelo Anthony, being defended by the Celtics in very much more stout pick and roll defense, picks up an offensive foul, which is his second foul on the very next play, resulting in him going to the bench. In this clip, the Nuggets are going to do such a poor job of defending the screen and roll, it actually makes me wish they had switched it, which is sad in and of itself. You're going to see Chris Anderson stuck guarding both Rajon Rondo and Glenn Davis. As a result, he cannot guard either, and no one steps in to help on the roll. Bing Baby scores a layup. Very poor defense. In this next clip, I'm not entirely sure what Linus Kleza is doing. He actually makes a very good play to start off. He comes over on the screen and roll from the weak side, ready to help out over on the strong side, which I think is a good play, and it's part of the way that the Celtics defend the pick and roll. Unfortunately, you're going to see when Melo's man cuts through, he's going to help. He's going to leave his man. Then he's going to come up on the penetration and give up a dunk. The whole key to helping is recovering as well, and Kleza never recovered back to his man and gave up a dunk. I threw a couple clips here on the end just for giggles to show how poorly the Nuggets communicate and how disorganized they are. In this play, J.R. Smith is going to get taken out of the play in the penetration by Paul Pierce. Billups comes over and helps. You'd think that Smith would go back to Billups' man, Rondo, or Melo would stay with him instead of walking off. No one covers Rondo, and he makes him pay. On this last clip, in the Nuggets defense, how are you supposed to keep track of your man after a loose ball? I mean, really, it's probably too much to ask any NBA team to be able to have a loose ball situation and still go back and find, once again, Ray Allen, one of the greatest shooters in the NBA of all time. I'm not sure who Chauncey's guarding. I'm not sure who Anthony Carter's guarding. No one's guarding Ray Allen. Wide open three-pointer. Blowout. So there you have it, a team with a system that they do not deviate from. They work together. They play team defense to stop screen and rolls, and they are a very good defensive team and the defending NBA champions. And the other team you have is a team that switches screens. They don't communicate. They don't seem to have a cohesive plan with everyone on the same page. And the difference is just night and day. And if the Nuggets don't get their act together, they're going to find themselves not only not having home court advantage, but perhaps even out of the playoffs. They really need to start to get their act together on defense if they want to keep their position in the Western Conference. I want to thank you all for checking out this edition of the Roundball Mining Company Denver Nuggets Film Room, and I encourage you to take a look at our Denver Nuggets blog at roundballminingcompany.com, a member of the ESPN True Hoop Network.